They're saying, Libra, that you're the Knight of Swords. You're cutting all these rumors down. You don't have no time for this. They're saying that, you're in your head about a lot, but you don't have time for these stupid rumors and all these lies about your failed relationship. It's none of their business. So you're the Knight of Swords, cutting shit out, telling the truth. Oh yeah, it's over. Because look at this next card. The World card. It's over. It's a World card in reverse. They could talk all they want, but it's the end of this shit. That's the tea on you, Libra. Just for a quick recap, because the camera was doing its own thing. Just I want to make sure that we got the entire what's the tea on Libra? What's the 411 on Libra? First card was the Moon in reverse. Okay, so that's rumors. Two of Cups in reverse, failed relationship. This is what they're talking about. Next card, the Devil. So they're obsessively talking about your business. All in the tea. The next card was the Knight of Wands. They're saying because of you were being promiscuous. That's the reason for your breakup. And the Knight of Wands, you're just, you do your own thing, but you're going to cut down these lies with the truth. You don't, you think a lot about what you want to say to these people who are all in your business, but ultimately you don't care because you got the World card in reverse, and that means it's over. This shit is done. They could say all they want, but the relationship's over. What are y'all still talking about? Libra. Capricorn. What's the tea on you? Dear Lord, Spirit, Guides, and Angels. What's the 411 on Capricorn? What's the tea on the Cappy? First card up. The Fool card. Capricorn. They're saying you started over. You have a new beginning and you're just doing your own thing. You wear what you want. You play the music you want. You're just all about you right now. New beginning. You had to leave some stuff that hurt you behind. And that's what they're saying. Ooh, did you hear about Capricorn? They moved away. They broke it off with such and such. Yep. Quit their job. Everything. Starting fresh. Next thing they're saying, Three of Wands. She's been working hard all winter long, or he's been working hard all winter long, and they're waiting on something big to happen. I wonder what it is. Waiting on their ships to come in. I could tell because they're being real quiet, staying to themselves. They start over. They're just waiting. I wonder what it is. Did they, start a new business? Are they opening a cafe? Or are they starting a clothing line? Did they record some new music and got a new record coming out? What's up with Capricorn? They want to see too. They looking, waiting. Six of Coins. They're saying, oh, must be money. They must have invested. Now they have enough money to share with everybody in the neighborhood. Their family, their people. And they're being kind of selfish about it, though. They're giving more to this cousin than to that cousin. And that other cousin was there for them. I don't know why they're being nicer to the other one. They got all this money now. They put in all this hard work starting over. And now they're being, they got it all, but They're being very chintzy on who they're sharing with. The Magician in reverse. They're saying you manipulated all these things. You alchemized them. You see it, saw it, done it. And they are watching. They want to see. They want to see what you've manifested. And they know, or they think they know. That's why they're talking mess. How you got it. And they think you did something shady to get it. That's why you're so anxiously awaiting, even more. And why you're giving just a little to some people and a lot to others. Or they're just guessing. They don't know. They think that you are, you got something up your sleeve. You had some help from the other side. 10 of coins, Capricorn. They're saying you are wealthy. Your family's wealthy. You got all kinds of money you don't even talk about, and they want to be around to have some of it. So beware. Everybody's, you've got all these coins, and, there's a lot of people on this card. And it's beautiful because it's an abundant card. You got gifts and beautiful home, livestock, and people are dressed so nicely, and they have plenty of food, and just money's growing on trees. Like, it's just abundant. Like, just so many amazing, great things are happening. And they see it, and they're talking about it, Capricorn. So protect yourself, and, be very discerning on who you have around your blessings, because you got a lot of them. Aries. What's the 411 on Aries? What's the T on you? What are people saying behind your back? Dear Lord, Spirit, Guides, and Angels, what messages do you have for Aries about what's being said behind their back? Wow. Aries, they're saying you're heartbroken. You've been betrayed, and they're saying that, they can see it. They know you think about it a lot. They know you're heartbroken. Somebody hurt you. That's what they're saying. They don't really know. They're just speculating. But that's the first thing that comes to mind. You might be heartbroken about a situation, your family. There's 3 swords, so it could be your family, your future, finances. It could be, a relationship with a boyfriend or girlfriend. It could be, betrayal from the past of some sort. But they're saying you're heartbroken because of how things used to be or are currently. But heartbroken means it happened already. So they say that, you're still getting over that. They're also saying you have a good head on your shoulders. And that you can discern better now. That your intuition is actually heightened because of the pain you went through. And Aries, this is a very powerful card because your third eye is open. Sometimes it takes a little jolting pain to remind you that we're spiritual beings, having a human experience. And you have to tap into your spiritual self to deal with the things you're going through on earth. So, like, if you're experiencing pain or, like this heartache card, like, you have to lift it up to the force. And may the force be with you, because we're going to continue to have challenges, but you have to use your intuition, and you have to tap into a higher source. So they're saying you're strong enough to see through the bullshit, and that you're getting over that pain because of your strong mind, your strong intuition. So keep using it. Keep your third eye open. Wow, okay. Ace of Swords. They're saying that you don't take any mess, that you want the truth. That you want the truth, but it's hard for you to accept. So otherwise you wouldn't get your heart broken. So the truth hurts, but you want it. And I'm the same way. I'd much rather the brutal honest truth and deal with the pain of that than to have people fronting in my face and faking like everything's okay, and there's nothing to resolve or heal. I I'd rather keep it real. The truth is where it's at. So good they're saying that. You don't take no mess, and they better come to you with the truth. So there you go on that. They're also saying that you're the page of coins, that uh, you receive offers of money, and you are gifted, with having some financial savvy. You haven't quite made millionaire, billionaire status, but you could very well be 100-aire or 1,000-aire. And you are good with your money. So they're saying, you might not be a gazillionaire yet, but you're very good with your money. And, you are a page of coins. And so that's good. Your money's on the rise. Your generosity is small now because you haven't reached the pinnacle of your success, but you are generous, even though it's not with a lot of money. You can be generous with your time or your care or your expertise.